let's talk about the dangers of not loving yourself and how self-love is a lot more than just feeling good so you can be happy. It has some very real world factors that if you don't love yourself, it's actually dangerous. Okay, so listen up, because this can be a groundbreaking concept for a lot of people who are even well versed in the self-love world. So listen to this and tell me what you think. Before we get started, my name is Kai Clifford. I'm your spiritual guide and energy alchemist. I am here to help seasoned entrepreneurs, spiritual-hearted, ambitious women to transform their lives on every level. So get on my email list. You'll find a link with this video probably somewhere so you can join my world and get my transformational sessions to your inbox for free. Or you can just go to spiritualsuccessjourney.com/101 days free, where you will receive my 101 days of breathwork tapping as each video comes out. Okay, so let's get started into this really important concept. People can only treat you how you allow them to. We literally train people how to treat us because we will react differently compared to another person due to our value systems being different, like what we find important and the connections that we've made growing up, the meanings that we give everything and the definitions. So when you say you will call someone, and maybe you actually will call them, and you think if you don't call them, it's rude, but maybe another person has a value system set up that if they say they'll call you, if you haven't texted them beforehand, they'll think it's rude to call you. This is just a random example out of a trillion different examples. But then the first person will be like, well, they should do this. They're wrong because of these reasons. Yet the other person has this lived experience which teaches them why their way of thinking is the right way. And so we're all going around shooting each other. You should do this, you should do that. And then putting up with negative behavior. And this leads me into my next point. You put up with negative behavior because you're confusing love with attention. So rather than cutting people off when they mistreat you, if they show a pattern of mistreatment, if you tell them what it is that you want, what it is you expect, how you don't want to be spoken to, right? And yet they continue to do it, somebody who loves themselves will have strong standards around this and will cut off contact. Boundaries are not what the other person will do. So people can't, in a way, they can't really cross your boundaries for long, because your boundaries are something that you put in place for you. Your boundaries are what you will do if the behavior continues. If they continue to mistreat you, you will withdraw your presence. That's a boundary. And if they meet your boundary in the right way, it's actually going to bring you closer together, because that way you can have a loving relationship in a way that makes you feel good. Now, if they don't want to meet your boundary because either they just have abusive characteristics, or because it's not a right fit for them, well, then guess what? That's an opportunity for you to redirect your focus into a different area of your life, into different people, and away from a type of person that may be amazing or not, but they simply do not fit your needs. Now, somebody doesn't love themselves, they're going to compromise their desires, their needs, their standards for the attention of the other person. And they're going to think that anytime this person gives them attention, even if they've been mistreated in some way, or simply just a wrong fit even, that this attention is a type of love, because you'll have these negative thoughts running around in your head telling you that nobody else will love you, telling you that if you're alone, then there's something wrong, and your thoughts will terrorize you. I know that my thoughts used to terrorize me and tell me that I wasn't good enough, to the point it would make me cry. I would constantly put myself in risky situations and give people a chance over and over and over again, be in abusive relationships, and I was even an abuser as well, because of my upbringing and because of just the problems and the mental health issues I had. So over time, I had to learn how to smooth the edges out in my self-hatred, which then helped me have love for myself, which then helped me have love for others, because you can only treat people as well as you treat yourself. So if you've got snappiness going on in your mind, if you hear yourself, like if you do something wrong that you think is wrong, and you then call yourself a name and you snap and go like, "Arr," and frustrated, well, guess what? When you get triggered, annoyed, frustrated, you're going to do that with someone else in your life, and you're going to go unconscious, and you're not going to see that it's happening, and the feeling, the negative feeling, the frustration is going to feel justified. It's going to feel like you want to feel this irritation, this annoyance, this hate, this resentment energy, because you have all these reasons behind it for why these things are this other person's fault. And this is where taking 100% responsibility comes into play. Now, 100% responsibility doesn't mean that you allow people into your life because you can see how you created it. It's actually the opposite. It's like, well, you can see your part in this, and are you going to allow that to continue to happen, and how can you change it? Now, another big thing when it comes to not loving yourself being dangerous is you'll continue to hate on yourself for the mistakes that you made. And I mean, I've made some nasty, awful mistakes in my life from when I was younger, telling horrible lies, even ruining lives when I was around 19, 20, 21, like really toxic personality I was. And I had a big wake up call because I ruined my own life in the process. And I just realized, I had an actual epiphany. It just all came to me at once. And I realized that I had to start being a better person, and that the lies were not working. The lies were tearing my life down. I was terrified of the truth, so constantly making things up, trying to manipulate how people saw me, which is what people pleasing is. You really manipulate how other people see you, right? Same as narcissism, you manipulate how other people see you through lies, even lying to yourself and confabulating, which is where you're lying and you're making up your lies and you're believing them yourself, so you're going into a delusion about them. Because of the terrible things that I'd done, I found it so hard to forgive myself, and it was a big, long journey to forgive myself. But when you don't allow yourself to love yourself, guess what? You will hate on yourself. Now, this is natural, actually, and a little bit of it for a moment is healthy because it shows you that you can be better than that. Your self-hate, your self-resentment, these parts within you are not saying that you're not good enough. They're saying that you can be better. Now, you'll think of it in thoughts of like, you're not good enough, but it's because you can be better. And so when you learn how to take the message from that, then you can actually change. But what happens is when you hate on yourself, you can't hate your way into goodness. You have to love your way into goodness. Now, this is very important. This is key. You have to learn how to send compassion to the parts of you that are in hate, that are actually feeling not love, not kindness, not happiness, not ease. The parts of you that feel crunchy and tight and tense and that are stuck in resentment and projecting hate and all these feelings, which we all have, and a lot of us don't even realize we're doing it. But is the feeling you're feeling actually and genuinely expansive and loving? No? Well, then it's likely some form of hate or dis-ease, some form of resentment, some form of contempt, some form of despair, things like that. Okay, now these are all perfectly natural emotions to have, but the problem is that we dwell in them and take them up as a personality instead of just an indicator, a message, and a temporary mood. We live in the mood and we embody it, and it becomes our personality. These feelings of hate and contempt, generally it gets in our system from when we're a kid, even generations back, being passed down through the family. So the way to change this is through conscious inner work, learning how to sit with the feelings, learning how to actually feel the hate and just be like, yep, actually, this part of me is hateful. Nod your head. Okay, it is. And then you might have other parts that come up and naturally hate on that. Now, your job is then to bring up another part that has compassion, understanding, and be like, you know what? I get why I feel this hatred. I get it. It makes sense. I choose to send this part of me compassion, understanding. Thank you for trying to protect me. This part is just trying to protect me. Take a breath on that. Sit with it. Try to send it compassion, care, understanding as you feel that horrendous hatred, and you have to allow it to move through your body and reveal the depths of the pain rather than just delete it and expect it to stop. It doesn't work like that. Now, this is why my energy work is so incredibly powerful. I have healed people from severe mental health issues, from suicidal tendencies, from like literal PTSD, trauma triggers, like hell loops that they go around and around, they snap and they can't be in relationships. I've healed people from their physical issues, even like saving 2 clients from a hysterectomy, healing clients from sciatica, from back pain, from asthma, healing clients with fears of visibility where they can't speak on camera like I couldn't. Now, everything that I've healed that I've just mentioned, I've pretty much been through in my own life as well. Just about, except for the womb stuff, but I know how to heal it because it all works the same way. Because your physical pain is actually compounded emotional pain. If you want to know more about this, look up Dr. John Sarno, Dr. John Sarno, TMS, and he does TMS therapy. Now, my stuff is a lot more involved because he really just teaches people that it is emotional and that a lot of their pain can go away. But for me, I go into the actual subconscious programs, to the holographic memory that you hold that has lots of different touch points of different like memories and like the face that you saw, the sounds that you heard, the pain that you experienced, the beatings that you got, or whatever it was. And we go in and we change it in your subconscious mind while dissolving, whether it's the anxiety, the panic, the actual physical back pain, the stuff in your womb, the migraines. We dissolve it. And I know how to do this, and I've had since 2010 years of experience. So what's that? 14 years experience making this, and about 12 years experience professionally. And I've healed so much in my life and in thousands of people's lives around the world that just are meant to be impossible to heal. And this is a long-term healing journey. It's not like you just do one session, although sometimes people can get one session and do like these, have these big shifts. They're just ready to like pop. But generally, a lot of it is rewriting a new language in your mind in the way that you think about life. And so when you come in and you help yourself bring up this self-hatred, this snappiness that you have about yourself, this willingness to put up with people giving you attention, even if they treat you badly, then you start to actually rewrite the way that you think. You regulate your nervous system. You become able to take action even when you feel scared, and you minimize and dissolve the fear that's there so that the fear that is there isn't so big and scary, and you can still move forward on what you know is important to you and on what you know actually excites you. So make sure you join my mailing list. If you want to reach out and explore the option of one-to-one work, I have limited spots, although I do like to do one-to-work fairly consistently in my life because it is my favorite thing. The results you get are so incredibly epic, but it is by application only because I only work with people that are self-led leaders. So if you just want to like show up and sort of like complain about having to do sessions, it's like, well, more power to you. Maybe you can continue to do my free stuff, but I can tell you the people that are most joyful to work with me, that I find most joyful to work with, are those who understand that inner work is part of your work. Just like taking a shower each day to get all the grime off yourself, you do it for your emotional hygiene. And just like exercising at the gym to make your body fit, you continue to do this inner work that I'm describing to build up your emotional fitness, your emotional muscles, your spiritual hygiene, and you become a strong force for good that can create anything in her life that she wants. And a big part of it is learning how to love your life now and learning how to have actual gratitude and joy and ease and acceptance for where you are now. And then when you can change how you feel about where you are now and what's happening now, then guess what? Everything else in your life begins to change too, but your feelings have to change first. So what has resonated with you most out of my little riff on how not loving yourself is dangerous? Is there any more points that you want me to expand on within this? Because I could continue talking about this for ages. I have more points in my head I haven't mentioned yet, but I want to make this video so that people will see this and actually click play and watch it, because I know that understanding this on a deeper level is going to have so much of an impact in your life, and that's really important to me. So, as you know, I'm Kai Clifford, your spiritual guide and energy alchemist, You can find me on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. I do live streams. I have my obviously videos which you're watching. I write, I speak, I share, I do programs and live classes. So if this is resonating with you and you want to find out more about what I do and join my world, start my free email list and feel free to message me for a no obligation, no pressure chat, because I only work with people that actually really want to do the work. So you can really message me and you ask me as many questions as you want, even ask me for recommendations to my free stuff, or even to my low cost stuff is fine. But if you want to know about working with me on a deeper level to heal anything in your life, to expand, up level and grow, reprogram your subconscious, reset your nervous system, maybe heal physical back pain or stomach spasms, like things that you're told can't be healed, things that seem physical, things that were created from an injury, I can help you heal that. Like, I know this is my gift, this is my talent. Same as PTSD, anxiety, all of that. And same as just regular, like, overwhelm and resistance and wanting to better in your business and have more confidence on camera. So let me know if you have any questions and put down in the comments what you want me to expand on. And I would love to hear your highlights and takeaways because it will make me smile. Plus, you'll get to be witnessed. You'll get to integrate the teaching for you. So if you spend a minute or 2 or 3 writing down what you remember that you want to learn from this, that will help you personally. And I cannot wait to read it and to see who's in my world. Okay, you have a great day.